living it, we're a part of it, and we've seen also certain steps that were taken during the recent conflict where we saw pages like PIB Fact Check become extremely active, and they really performed their duty well in terms of fact checking all sorts of complete nonsense and lies that were coming out of Pakistan and sometimes even out of India. But since there is no way really that any government has cracked so far on how to monitor the internet, is a discussion or debate on punitive action even required? Is that something that we should look at? Pages or personalities of people being tracked down, those who are posting fake news?
Absolutely. At some point, I think there needs to be a wider discourse because the fake narratives and the fake news is becoming quite a sort of endemic, and Pakistan is a sitting testimony to that. I mean, the minions of Nazis who live in Pakistan are doing exactly what the Nazis did. And Goebbels, he said that if you repeat a lie often enough, people will believe it, and that's what has become the bane for the Pakistani people at the end of the day. The lies have been repeated so many times that the people have no choice but to believe their polity and their military establishment. For them, 65 was won by them. 1971 never happened. 99, they were not involved. It was someone else. 1948, it was someone else. So, the Pakistani people actually live with this, with these lies. And Devika, if you were to meet them, if you were to understand their mindset, you will know exactly how culturally conditioned they are. There is a whole curriculum that runs in Pakistan, which is called Muttalaa Pakistan, where they are basically taught to hate the Hindu on the basis of the fact that they are kafirs. And this is being taught to children who are 5, 7, 9 years old at the end of the day. So, children of that age, if they are being conditioned, they are going to grow up with a strong sense of disdain, a strong sense of contempt for the other. And that is basically the foundation of Pakistan. It was built on false propaganda, and that is what it lives on and thrives on today. If you were to read the article, I know Ambassador Kapoor basically mentioned that, it was a screenshot, but as a responsible politician, as a responsible deputy prime minister and foreign minister of a country, I would just look at the basic headlines. The headlines in itself will give it away. Performance is spelt as preformance. Pakistan in itself is spelt with double A's. The Telegraph is spelled incorrectly. There are so many mistakes in that particular, small little headline that, it is absolutely bizarre that, a deputy prime minister and a foreign minister, would not have picked it up, or, people who are actually advising him, would have never picked up. So, Pakistan at the end of the day is the joke of a country, and the onus should be on us to help out the Pakistani people by trying to break these false narratives and these fake news that are coming in again and again, because till we do not humiliate the Pakistani polity, till we do not humiliate the Pakistani army, the people in itself will not start questioning the credibility of the army, and they will continue to advocate and endorse, an army that propagates asymmetrical warfare in the fancy garb of terrorism. Devika.
Okay, Patikrit, your perspective on the same as well. Militarily, we've shown